Begin and take a look and see what your energy is for this week. We'll do your general spread, and then we're going to pop in and do your Aries moon. So let's begin. All right, first thing that's coming up is 9 of Cups, 5 of Cups, Ace of Coins, and the 2 of Swords. So what I'm seeing here for you guys is there is a shift. If you felt a little heavy in the last little bit, what I'm seeing is, you know, first of all, the energy's been kind of heavy, so you're feeling a little stuck, and that is unhinging. So we have the 10 of Swords here. This card is about feeling stuck. If you notice here, we have a little bit of feeling like you're in a cage, some energy that has just feeling stuck. And right next to that, we have the Fool. So the Fool talks to us about crossroads, opportunity, being able to move, right? So there's no gate, right? The gate's open. It's time to take your little journey. Think of Wizard of Oz. Here comes Dorothy. And you're like, I could stay right where I am, or I could step forward into this new adventure. You have the Ace of Swords for decision making. You've got some ideas that you're putting into play here with the 9 of Coins. So the 9 of Coins is our card for ideas and putting them in black and white, kind of measuring and weighing things. There's also the indication here that you have this level of trust. So you're worried about, you know, what could possibly be true, right? So you're vetting things. Let me find it. Where'd it go? Here. So if you look at the 5 of Cups, this card right here is about like distrust. So maybe you want, sounds too good to be true, so you're trying to wait a little bit before you make decisions. So one of the fun things about your reading, Aries, is I'm seeing the Ace of Coins, and the Ace of Coins is about money. You have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Coins. I like those because I kind of treat them like major cards. They're the trump of that set. So when it comes to coins, money is pivoting based on some decisions that you're making. You also have the Justice card. So either this is putting something into like contract, or putting things legally, or setting some pretty serious goals that you know you're going to hold yourself accountable for. But here's the thing. I got to say, you know, none of them are present in the reading, but if you guys were paying attention to last week's videos on YouTube, you notice that there's a little bit of energy around it was stressful, it was hard, it was heavy few months, right? And so I kind of feel like you're coming out of that, but you're using a strong sense of pragmatism, vetting things before you move forward, making sure that everything's in alignment before you know, make these decisions. So it's patience and taking your time. You also have the Queen of Coins. So you're nurturing things that you already have. So celebration is in here. Emotional intelligence is in here. We've got the card for being busy. So action is being taken. I can tell you that Aries is feeling like emotions are right on the surface. You've got the Knight of Cups. So if you've been feeling a little like taking things too seriously, or taking them kind of rough, like this is tough, there's this tension card, right? So we've got a little bit of stress that's alluding here that you're just feeling this pressure, like deadlines and pressure are on your head here. So now, even though you have the Knight of Cups right in the center of your reading, this isn't indicating that you're sucking at emotion right now. This is just saying that you're probably feeling them more than usual, like this wave that's coming through, but you're ending up relying on your practices of communication and setting your boundaries strong because you're being decisive. Your react versus respond has flipped into responding instead of reacting. That's that King of Cups, which has to do with emotional intelligence. So, you know, I personally think this is an amazing reading because in the back row here, you also have the 2 of Swords, right? So 2 of Swords is about putting things on balance, right? You're balancing ideas. So there's some indecision and you're sitting on it, which is good. I kind of feel like that is best practice for you because you're looking seriously at things and having a little more levity with them, because your cards are split almost 50-50 between your mind and your heart, because you have all these cups, celebrations coming up, playtime, King of Cups, emotional intelligence, and Knight of Cups right here for feeling like, oh my goodness, this is a little overwhelming. But you've got this pragmatism card. So you're viewing things appropriately through, you know, pragmatism. Let's take a look for you guys into your moon reading. To get an in-depth reading, visit karmaondeck.com. For those of you that are regular viewers, please pop on there and visit my store. There's product up there now I'm super excited about, the Mercury retrograde kit. Now that is for during Mercury retrograde or to clear it. Like if you just want to get your shit lined back up. The Mercury retrograde kit is blue candles for communication. You'll see, go peek. All right, here we go for Aries moon. So, Aries, are you trying to avoid drama right now? You've got the Eight of Swords here where you want no part of it. There's also the Eight of Cups for like walking away. If you notice here, you can see where it's just kind of dropping off. You know, you're walking away from it. What is this here? All right. So, listen, Linda, the Eight of Swords, drama and walking away. So whatever it is that's affecting you or around you, I feel like you're just dismissing it and focusing on what's important, because what's most interesting, if you can go to TikTok, if you guys can go to the YouTube, the picture-in-picture is available for you to see Karma on Deck. But in the very center of your moon reading, which I think is a beautiful congruency, is you have this Ace of Pentacles. Now, that tells me the Ace of Pentacles is pretty much the pivot point of your reading right now. So this is building on your legacy, working on your money. You've got the Queen of Swords, which is your reputation. So you're working very well within these, but you're you're a little overwhelmed with stuff that's going on that has to do with emotional stuff. You don't like it at all. You're worried about getting stuck. You have the Emperor and the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is our card for, you know, reputation, and then we have the Emperor, right? So emperors are action, and queens have a little to do with internal. However, this card right here for the Queen of Wands has to do with our reputation, how we look, how we want to be presented. And again, there's you know, your emotions kind of are more focused on your relationships and how those are playing out versus your general spread. I feel like you've got some really deep conversations that are going on with yourself. And you have the Temperance card in the middle and the Wheel of Fortune, the Lover's card as well. These are your major cards for this reading, and the Emperor, also the Hermit. So what does that tell me? That tells me with the Emperor, you want to take action. The Lover's card, which is an old connection or feeling tied to something. You also have the Temperance card, which is balance. So your biggest goal right now is to keep your silence, take your evidence, match up things that don't look right, don't go together. Find some balance, because I see that you want to come out of this stuck phase in your relationships. You want to come out of feeling as if there is no movement. You've got the Hangman, so you're feeling stuck in between two things. So with the Three of Cups in play, it tells us that celebration, chemistry, enjoyment, play is next for you, but you don't know how to add that in without costing yourself something. So it's like, you know, work or play or kids or partner or, you know, working on my diet or going out. Like there's this something that you feel there's a comparison here, and there's a lot going on for you. Aries is a little bit concerned that the energetic weather is a little too heavy, but I just feel that Aries hasn't looked up from what it is that you're doing in order to see the weather. So for right now, what I'm seeing for Aries is busyness, but not the kind that's distracted. Like there's action going on, you're getting things done, and then balance coming. Now the card here in the middle, the Hangman, it feels to me as if the Hangman is more like, I want to put emotional things on hold. I would like to put a pin in it and maybe give it a little room, which is a brilliant idea, first of all, because we're dead center in the heat of Mercury retrograde. I kind of did this recently. A subject came up between someone and I just backed away from it a little bit. I'm like, I see the potential for this to go sideways, and it can wait, where I can give it a little more grace, where I can give it a little more attention and more love. Like I kind of feel like their irritation was already in play, and I'm like, let's just nurture this a little bit before we move into conversations with our relationships. So just a little overwhelmed there. Hi, Joe. So moving forward, I would say that you're not really looking at the weather. So you're so busy that you haven't looked up. I want you to just take a step back and breathe a little bit, because the sun is coming out for Aries. That's all I have to say about that. Let's pull a card from Divination of the Ancients and see what your focus is for this week. I'm Gucci. Fragmented. So does that apply for you, Aries? Are you feeling like you're split and fragmented? So the Shagai bones are the just kind of like rune stones, are these bones that you throw and you kind of read the energy on them. So for Shagai, it means fragmented, different pieces. So you know, take a step back and look at the bigger picture. I do believe that Aries has quite a bit more progress than you think you do. I think you're just being a little hard on yourself. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. I will catch you on the flip side. You can catch me on YouTube for the remaining readings. There is Taurus is coming up next. Thanks for hanging out with me, and